Hello everyone, my name is Nick Ongeso and welcome to the show. I'm talking about Talent Lab, and today I'm joined with one determined, hardworking and very talented young man. He is the former Mr. Rongo 2018-2019. He is the face of Mocha 2019-2020 and he was Mr. Essence Kenya 2018-2019. Apart from that, he has also been featured in several films including Battle Line and Hell in Campus. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Nick. I'm grateful and honored to be a guest at your show. Yes, and I'm Michael Kyalo. I'm a model, a visual artist, a spoken word artist, and thespian, and a music cover artist.
Yeah, being a visual artist, uh, which, why do you make this type of art?
Okay, visual art is something that I've learned that I'm talented with at a young and a very tender age, at around a year or two, uh, because I have memories of me scribbling something on the floor because I didn't know how to hold a pencil or a biro and make some marks to make a visual impression. So throughout my journey in the visual art, I've uh, I've interacted with so many people that have enabled me to explore my talent in a very unique way, and I must say that I'm very grateful to this point that I'm a guest at your show.
Yeah, and being a visual artist, who inspired you or who gave you the motivation of becoming a visual artist?
Okay, my father happens to be a visual artist, or at least talented with the gift of making marks on a surface to make a visual drawing. So he hasn't explored his talent to the maximum and utilized his potential to the fullest. And sometimes when I come to think about the opportunities that I'm faced with right now, and the opportunities that my father could have been faced with right now, I tend to think that I don't take it for granted that I'm uniquely gifted with the talent of drawing, it inspires me a lot. And the few people that also I interact with in this field of art have enabled me to expand my knowledge and my creativity in making visual arts. And I must say I'm grateful.
Yeah. If you make one art, provided you're making visual art, how much will it cost you in the input you'll use in making the art?
Uh, I must say over the years, the cost of material and tools for art has been more or less cheap, because some materials are made out of recycled waste from people, garbages, and some materials are bought, of which the majority, we are talking about the materials that I may recycle, will be more than the material that I have to buy to come up the visual art, maybe of a portrait. And it also depends with the type of art you're doing. Yeah, there are sculpturing, there are mosaic, there is a collage, things that you can also do with disposable waste, like maybe papers or pieces of plastic, cut in different shapes uh, and pasted on some surface to make a visual art. Yeah, and the cost may be relatively cheaper, depending on the type of artwork that you're doing.
And does it pay you?
Yeah, I must say it pays my bill since I began viewing it from the business perspective, because oftentimes we as artists, we don't tend to commercialize each and everything that we come and make, and maybe out of our own creativity. I'd rather give you as a gift, but after some point in life you realize that, hey, you need to pay some bills. There are bills to be paid. You need to eat food. I mean, you're growing, and life. You need to keep up with the life and its changes too. So you venture into business, and uh, of course, like any other business, it's not that easy to start with, because you're used to doing it for free, and right now you'll feel even guilty charging it to somebody. So when that happens, you tend to change the way you approach it, so that maybe business may do good to you.
Maybe if I ask you, if a client approach you, he wants an art from you, how much will you charge him for a piece of art?
Okay.
Maybe the price range.
All right. It depends again with the type of artwork that I'm talking about. I believe I have candle shades that I sell for uniquely 200 shillings. Yeah, and I have some interior design decor that you put in your house that goes for 300, 200 shillings price. Then we have portraits, human portraits. I mean, I have clients who really want their faces drawn, or maybe their loved ones drawn, and they may want to gift them. So I play a critical role in maybe preparing this piece of a gift that they go and give them, so that I can charge 1500. At least that's a worthwhile gift to someone, and it's relatively cheap as compared to somebody already established in the business too, because I believe I'm a learning student, and every day I take it as my day one to learn. And while I interact with many people, I realize that there are some expensive pieces of artworks depending on the buyer's perspective. There's a piece of artwork that could go for 36 million, and it's just a couple of brush strokes just done roughly. Then somebody, if he relates with the type of artwork that is interested to buy, he goes to an extra mile to chip in a little bit more. Yeah.
So in short, the price range is between 100 to maybe 5,000, the art that you're doing.
Yeah, the one that I'm doing.
Okay. You also are a spoken word artist. You've performed some music covers. Maybe you can tell us which type of genre do you do when you are performing music covers?
Okay, I'm a huge fan of acoustics, and I tend to find poetry and acoustics with some bit of chemistry that really tunes my frequency to another level, and I would want to be a part of it. Yeah, so my first encounter with spoken word poetry was while in high school, after I had been suspended from high school due to some student affairs that were ongoing. And I realized that I had it in me that I had the content, or the vocabulary, and my approach to grammar would be more poetic as compared to my cohorts. So I ventured into spoken word poetry, and I must say it has been a great form of art for me, and a unique area of art for me to explore. Yeah, and it's amazing.
And as a spoken word artist, which role do you play in the society? Being a word spoken artist.
Like any other artist, a spoken word artist acts as the mirror to the community, or the society, wherever they exist at. I mean, when you see examples of King Kaka, spoken word poetry, who is an expert at whatever he does, and for me, for a beginner, I must say that he inspires me a lot with his approach to poetry into the Kenyan entertainment industry. He plays the role of the of a whistleblower whenever things are not going on well in the government. I mean, you can tell, for example, the recent track Wajinga Sisi. I mean, he tells us a lot through the spoken piece of work that he has shared with us in the form of a track.
So as a spoken word artist, can you do the same genre, criticizing the government, despite of all the factors that nowadays, if you are meant to say the truth, you are either taken somewhere and unafinywa kidogo, wanakwambia don't do that because you are not supposed to expose the government.
I believe as a whistleblower, and when it comes to art and media, I believe they are they're one and the same thing. I mean, there's media freedom, and the reason to why and a spoken word artist or many other artists who haven't maybe voiced their spoken words into the government of the 21st century is because maybe of the availability of the resources, and I do believe that many more artists are still going to voice out their spoken words, regardless of whether there is tight security or maybe they are afraid, or there's that element of fear in them that really doesn't enable them to voice out their demand. And for me, I'd say that when it comes to spoken word poetry, we delve into what there is. We build on an image that we all relate with. I mean, I can use a pun of words, but the way you are decoding the same message, you may decode it in a manner that can enable you to understand maybe your unique way of perception about the subject that we're talking about. Yeah. So
What, maybe just to ask you another question. What will you do if you are on stage performing a spoken word or a music cover, and then one of your fans or your viewer leaves a harsh review about your performance?
I believe when you open up yourself to the world to criticize each and everything that you do, I believe they are meant to have negative feedback and positive feedback. I mean, everybody has their negative side and their positive side, but if you embrace all of them together, you can automatically do anything that you imagine. Yeah, and that's not a big deal. To have a negative feedback from anybody is as normal as having a comment from anybody in your social circle. I mean, that's normal. That's life.
Okay. You've also been featured in different films. Just to mention Battle Line and the other one, Hell in Campus. How was it? Like, when did you start the acting, or when did you say that now I can also do acting? I can also act.
All right. For me, I'm an extroverted social guy, and I believe that every level of human interaction requires some bit of communication that comes with a little entertainment. So in my high school days, I used to find myself dramatizing or maybe mimicking my high school teachers back then because of their unique personality traits that really will interest me, and I would find that I will pull that stunt at ease. So I joined the drama festivals in 2015, where I was a part of a narrating team of 5, and I was one of the dancers, and I was one of the main actors in one of the plays that we had staged in our counties, and we managed all the way to go to Metropolitan, and it was our first attempt. I mean, that told me that I could actually do this thing, and I found myself exploring another unique form of art that I have found very uh, peace, very wonderful peace in exploring it.
And just to mention but a few, you've been featured in most romantic movies. Why romantic movies?
Um, I mean, there's a friend, a female friend of mine, that calls me Alejandro because of the same, I may say. But I may say, when it comes to ladies, I mean, man, there's some element of chemistry that we actually invest ourselves in. And when that happens, I find it very wonderful how I develop chemistry with people, and we have this nature of socialization that when it comes to the ladies, I think there's some special unique aspect that allows me to be me. And I mean, it works all the time.
Yeah.
And it has enabled me to explore my talents in filming too and acting.
Yeah.
And I usually enjoy such acts on set because it shows us that we as human are normal. We are capable of falling in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has also enabled me to explore love and romance to another level.
Mm.
Yeah.
And before we take a short break, there is one man from Migori County is asking, ask M.I.C. mbona 2020 ametulia, you're not seeing most of his work.
All right. I believe after some time, we are all obligated to maybe getting that peace of mind, or maybe let's say you want to rest and draw and back the energy and to do even much more better and even bigger things in life. Yeah, and for me, 2020, for me, it's my financial year, and I want to grow business-wise and, and increase my resources. And in the same note, I can't say that I've, I've gone into a state of relaxing, or maybe I'm at rest right now because of the question that you're asking me, or maybe the viewer that has told you about the same. I must say, for me, right now I'm engaged in a couple of things that I don't want to add into more of what I do. It requires a lot of energy to do what I do, and when I can't balance all this energy all together, some master somewhere else may get upset with me. I mean, you can't serve two masters, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a very short break. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You are the former Mr. Rongo 2018-2019. You are the face of Mocha 2019-2020, and you are Mr. Essence 2018-2019. How was it? Who introduced you into the modeling and industry?
Okay, modeling for me, I never imagined myself being a model as I am right now. And for me, before I joined modeling, I used to think it's a female genre to explore. I mean, we're talking about beauty. Men are not beautiful. Men are supposed to respect each other. I mean, women are beautiful. Yeah, so I set my foot on my first runway here in the university.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, I was
just went and decided,
yeah,
let me try this.
Yeah, I had this motto in me that I should explore my potential to the fullest.
That's good.
Yeah, and believing in the power of opportunities and exploring the same. I found myself in Rongo University in my first attempt, where I was guessing my things on the runway. It landed me on first runners-up.
Yeah.
First runners-up, Mr. Rongo University. So that told me the universe is talking to you in some way.
There's something meant for you.
Yeah, so I ventured into the same, and I actually went for serious training.
Okay.
Back after I went for a long holiday. Then I came back, assuring myself that this time, this is my time. And when I set my goals right, I achieved my goal. It saw me crowned Mr. Rongo University 2017-2018. That's the same year. It saw me getting crowned Mr. Essence Kenya, second runners-up, and Mr. Essence Machakos County. I mean, I didn't know I could do all that, but the power of believing and actually doing what I imagine saw me scale to greater heights up to where I am right now.
Right, and somebody is asking a question. Somebody called Albert Ndigirigi from Rongo University. He's asking, is there nani mwenye wanakubalisha because you dress very well?
For me, since my high school days, I used to have this unique sense of fashion because I'm an art and design student, and I could come up with unique designs while I was doing my sketches and my assignments back in high school. So I was even longing to have that freedom, to have the ability to wear different outfits for different occasion every time that I will be maybe walking out there, as in it's improving my personal image and my society and public image. Yeah,
and apart from that, do you, as you are the former Mr. Rongo or the Essence Mr. Kenya, is there any project that you are doing while you are the face of those?
Yeah, okay. I believe in the power of talent and the financial muscle behind exercising and maybe harnessing from talents. So I started a project in nurturing and growing talents that saw me open up an event organizing company, Migrant Creators, yeah, where we nurture talents and we invest our time in creating platforms for young talented men and women of this Kenya.
Okay.
So that has been my project since then to now, and I will forever stand for anything that advocates for talents.
Okay, before we wind up our show, you can give a parting shot and maybe a short, performance of one of your best spoken word or even music cover.
Thank you so much. I'm glad for the humble request. Yeah, and for me, talent is a unique thing that you should explore all the time. If you are gifted with one, I mean, there are many of us who wish we had at least one. So you can remember the parable of Jesus sharing about the servants. The first servant who had 1,000, the other one who had 3,000, and the other one was gifted with 5,000. Those were supposed to show how you should use your talent or your resources. Yeah, so gifted with so many abilities and talents, I've, I've learned the art of giving back. Yeah, so if you're an artist like me and you can do what I can do too, or maybe you can do some of things that I can do, I suggest that you explore them and maybe extend a hand to your community, and we will improve the image of wherever we live, because we create innovations, we employ creativity, and everybody loves creativity. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
Maybe I do.
Before you, Nene, if somebody wants to reach you, to get you, to book you for event organizing and even performances, where can they reach you? Where can they find you?
Okay, for the event organizing, we have our Facebook page at Migrant Creators. I have my Facebook page too at M.I.C Arts in Facebook. On Instagram, Michael _Kyalo _914, and on Twitter the same. Yeah, I'll do an old piece of spoken rap. It's a cover by Eminem.
Okay.
It's a cover by Eminem, When I'm Gone. Yeah. Have you ever loved someone so much you will give an arm for? Not the expression, no. Literally giving an arm for. When you know that you're hard and you know you are their armor, and you will destroy anyone who would try to harm her. But what happens when karma turns around and it bites you, and everything you said before turns on you to spike you? What happens when you become the main source of the pain? Daddy, look what I made. Dad's gotta go catch a plane. Daddy, where's mommy? I can't find mommy. Where is she? I don't know. Go play Haley, baby. Your daddy's busy. Daddy's writing a song. The song ain't go write itself. And I give you one of the dog, and you gotta swing by yourself. She turns around in the song and tell us she loves. Then put hands on her mother ooze and spit an image of her. She screamed, "You crazy?" Yeah, M.I.C's crazy. M.I.C's a rockabye, baby.
Wow. This guy is very talented. Very, very talented. You've heard from him. If you want to reach him, you can find him in his page. You can book for event organizing. You can also book for it. And we have come to the end of our show. But before we end up our show, go to our YouTube channel at Silver Eye Media and subscribe, comment, like, and share. I've been your host today, Nick Ongeso. Until next time. Boom.
Silver Eye